Hello and welcome to Centurion, and today we are reviewing for Marvel Legends and the Avengers Beyond Earth's Mightiest Heroes, Black Widow. Now this one I wasn't too sure in picking up. I did actually one time pick up the retro collection of the Black Widow, but this one here's got, apparently she's got really good articulation, and I like the design. I like the high collar, and she comes with like 3 alternative heads, so she's actually all the wave at the moment on Instagram. So I thought, you know what, I'll pick her up because she does look pretty cool. So yeah, on the front of the packaging here, we've got a rendering with these sort of smoky parts coming out of a sort of wrist gauntlets here, looking pretty cool. Kind of like the style of the box as well. It's nice and bright. On the side, we've got Black Widow in a sort of like the comic kind of style here. On the back, we've got another pose with one of the other heads as well, more of a unique sort of hero pose here, and all these accessories as well, looking fantastic. And around on this side, we've got another computer rendering of the action figure just standing like so, and then back to the front. So I guess without further ado, let's crack this bad girl open. So here she is, fresh out the box. We've got 3 little packages down here, which I imagine has probably got all the heads and the guns like so, and then in here we have the actual body. So let's just lift this up and get our first impressions, and just pop this open here like so. I actually really do like this face here. This one just looks a little bit, that hair part looks over the top, but that face looks fantastic. Don't really get that a lot for the Marvel Legends, and yeah, she's looking pretty cool. The body looks pretty cool as well. I like all the wrinkles and stuff. So we're going to go away, take some pictures, and we'll see you in a mo. So welcome back, we've been away, we are taking this one's pictures, and what can I say about this figure? Well, I think Hasbro, what's going on with you? Why are you giving us this amazing figure for just a regular price? What is wrong with you? You just feel like a goodwill gesture? Well, it doesn't make sense. She comes untold with accessories. Yes, they are very small accessories, but it is just normal Black Widow, so you're not expecting swords and other big things like that. But she comes with 3 heads, not 3 head, and also loads of other little accessories as well. And it just baffles me where they're going to put this out as a normal price. Not a $32.99 figure, you know, where we get a Spider-Man limited edition that's a price at £40 and he only comes with 2 sets of hands. She comes with 3 sets of hands, pistols, smoke effects, different gauntlets, different heads. It just baffles me. So anyway, let's get in with the actual review itself, and then we'll go through it. So it's going to be a bit of a longer review for this one, especially with going through all these tiny accessories. But first of all, we'll start off with just a small one. So she comes with 2 sets of guns, one with a silencer on here. So you've got those on there. Not bad details. It's done all in a sort of gun grey looking on here, and then she comes with a standard little pistol as well. So it's the same pistol as such, but this one only comes with a silencer. It isn't removable, which I found a bit weird. I kind of thought that there would be like 2 pistols and then 2 silencers, and then you can have 2 silence pistols, etc. So yeah, it's just like one or the other. So if you dual wield and stuff, kind of looks a bit weird because she's going to be taking out people silently with this one, and then just letting know everyone that she is there with those. So yeah, as you can see, you've got 2 little holes on the end. With that, you can actually take these little accessories. So you've got these 2 little clear accessory smoke ones here that come through. So a few of the Marvel Legends that we've had before do have these, and they just plug in the end there. So if you wanted it to be like a gun that's fired off, you can do so. A little bit fiddly. These feel a little bit too large for the actual holes, but they do fit in there with a little bit of pressure, maybe a little bit of a heat up as well on the actual holes as well. I did do it into the silence one, so let's see if we can get it in there or not. Fantastic. So with a little bit of pressure, we have finally got one in there. So you can see you've got the little smoking barrel off on the end there. So if you want to sort of like just unloaded a clip, and then you've got that little part on there. It looks pretty cool. It's a nice little smoke effect that you got going on there. Or you have also got the little gun here, and if you want it to be firing off, you can actually plug into one of these effect and have it sort of just shooting off as well. And she comes with two of these. One is larger than the other, and it's made in a sort of like a see-through translucent sort of plastic on there. Again, another Marvel Legends kind of effect that we've had before. I think I had these with the War Machine that I picked up. So straight away, we have already gone through. There's two accessories for the smoke, two accessories for the blasters, and two pistols as well. So there's 6 accessories that we got there. The next up are here sort of like wrist gauntlets where they've just fired off a couple of the darts and stuff. So you actually got some smoke effects on there. These ones are actually static. They're actually glued to the actual wrist gauntlets on there. So if you want to do so, all you have to do is pop off one of her hands like so, and then take off her gauntlet for that part, and then chuck this one on, and then pop her hand back on as well. So it kind of looks like she's just fired it off into the wilderness, into someone's back or into their head on that point. So yeah, another 2 on there. So we can take these off, and then also we've got another ones as well, which these are stuck on as well. So they're not all done like the guns where you can take it off and put it on there. So we've got a completely different wrist gauntlet on this one, and have like so, like she's just firing out the dart just like so. So yeah, pretty cool effects that he got on there, and especially with these other little gauntlets and stuff. And I suppose if you ever wanted some extra ones, you could always just cut that off if you needed some sort of like customizations for some other Black Widows that you might want further down the line. So yeah, she comes with 2 of those as well. They're exactly the same as each other. One's not larger than the other, but yeah, nonetheless, it is pretty cool to have. So we just chuck these back on like so, and put that one on. So with hand wise, she actually has an open gesture hand for this one, and this is the alternative hand for the other side. So you have got sort of like 2 expression hands as well. She's also got 2 fists, so you've got this fist and this one as well. They do feel a little bit too small. I feel like the fists could be a little bit larger. I do feel like they do look a bit too small for the actual figure itself. And then she comes with 2 other hands, which are for the pistols as well. So you've got 2 trigger fingers on there, which is pretty cool. So yeah, loads of pose abilities, loads of sort of alternative ways to actually demonstrate the figure, firing different other bits and different effects as well. So yeah, tons and tons of accessories on there, which is pretty cool. But what makes this figure actually stand out is all these alternative heads. So we've got this one here, which is like more of a traditional sort of like a younger version of Black Widow there, with a sort of like smaller bob hair, got that kind of whoosh kind of effect going through there. And then you've got this little bit here. I mean, I might just glue it over this side so you can see the actual face sculpt on there, but the face sculpt on that, she actually looks beautiful. It looks like a great figure. The other ones as well, so we can take this one off for the time being, and we can bring in this one here. This is probably my least favorite. It's very got that kind of 80s sort of bouffant kind of hair on her head there. It does stop the articulation as well in the sort of like the neck area because of this hair as well, and it's quite sort of rigid going down there. I don't know if that's actually on there or not, but yeah, the face looks a bit okay. We've got that kind of little smirk going on there. She is a bit sort of a younger kind of looking one on here, but it's just that hair. I just don't like it. Maybe it's your type of Black Widow, but it's definitely not mine. You've got the ear showing on this side and not this side, and it's kind of sort of moved over. I think actually I probably would like it if that was mirrored on the other side. I think it'll look like a pretty cool, nice hair, especially like a very retro-esque Black Widow. So we can take this one off, and then she comes with the other head on here as well. And this one's more sort of stoic. She's more sort of stern. I do like the hair for this one, because for me, Black Widow always had that kind of longer hair, more of the traditional, more like the retro type one that came out a couple of years ago as well, but with a nicer sort of face sculpt on there. However, I do feel like she looks a little bit too stern, in my opinion. I was kind of thinking maybe taking off the glue off the hair of this one and then putting it onto this face. So having this face, but with this hair, seeing what it would look like. So I might go off and see if there's anyone's tried before I attempt. But nonetheless, I normally use this head on there, which I thought I'd be using this one, but I just don't like where she kind of looks a lot older with this head. So with that anyway, we'd take her head off, so we're not going to lose any of the articulation as we go through that, and we put on the normal head with this one. So yeah, head wise, turn left and right, and then you can see it was a hinge ball, so it goes down this far and back as well, so no lower neck movement there. But yeah, I've got a little bit of swagger there on that ball because it's a bit smaller than the head part. Full rotation at the arm, and the arm comes up this far, and we've got a beautiful butterfly joint in there as well. And we've got rotation at the upper bicep. We've got a double elbow joint as well, pinless, and rotation at the wrist, and it's also on a hinge. Diaphragm just underneath the bust there, we've got left and right, so there's a bit of swagger in there as well, a bit of tilt and stuff. Not much crunch forward, a little bit of crunch back as well, and then we have like the sort of U-shaped crunch as well, like the Spider-Man, so you can really get her into lots of poses back and forth as well. But the only way you can rotate her is at the upper the breast part, not down at the lower legs here. Legs can come up this far, they can kick forward quite high, back not so far. Rotation at the upper knee. We have a double knee joint as well that comes up all this way. No boot cut or swivel there, but we have got sort of like the not rotation, the rocker and the pivot at the ankle there. So yeah, down here I wish there was a bit of a ankle swivel or something like down here, and then she would be the ultimate female. They could have gone out all that way and given her a decent sort of like articulation, but she has got decent articulation. I just think it would be a bonus if they actually added that there. With that, we can actually go through her sort of like a sculpt. So we've gone through the face already, even like the hair around on the back though, if you wanted to look at it. And then the top, it's all kind of a very sort of esque leatherette suit. You can see the stretch marks going across there where it's around her. The belt is a bit annoying, it does rotate quite apart on there. Around on the front we've got the open part coming down to her cleavage with the zip on here, and then coming down to the belt, which kind of got before. We've got the little Black Widow kind of markings on there, done in the gold kind of plastic, not painted gold. However, it does look a little bit cheap at times, but it does match her sort of wrist gauntlets as well, and then the black hands. No, not much any sort of sculpt work really going on the arms, and down on the legs again, no sculpt work. Most of the sculpt work is up here with all her sort of like top torso, and then down on the feet you see these little wrinkles as well. So I think it's a really fantastic figure, absolutely fantastic for the price. The articulation isn't too bad either. It is definitely the way to go. She's a great figure. I mean, even the articulation is fantastic compared to a lot of the other Marvel Legends down the line. But I just feel with Marvel Legends and their females, like the legs always feel quite flimsy. So she does suffer with those sort of like old kind of joint parts. So if you left her on the side there, I'd imagine that these will bow over time. So they are a bit flexible on the old legs and stuff down there. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying on that part. But apart from that, she's a fantastic figure, which is she's sold well for the accessories and all that she comes with. So for a Black Widow figure, she's the ultimate one to put on your shelf. Even if you like the retro look, she's got it, and if you like the sort of like more up-to-date look, she has that as well. So why not go out and get her, and especially for like sort of £25 or around that mark. Yeah, she's a really good one. So for me, yeah, it is probably a silver, definitely not a gold. I feel like there could be better improvements, especially in the leg part down there. I don't like that gumminess like they do on these Marvel Legends figures. So for me, it is a silver and not a figure of the year, that is for sure. So what do you think about this one? Let me know in the comments down below what you think of this Marvel Legends. It's definitely an improvement on a lot of the other female characters that we've had out there in the past. And don't forget, you can subscribe, you can ding the bell, you can follow me on Instagram, you can join the channel for 99p or 99 cents from wherever you're from in the world. And until next time, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye.